Hello my fellow commanders, Ed here, and as you can see I've got myself an Asp Explorer. I've even spent a couple of bucks and got myself a nice paint job for it as well, because I'm going to go out on a rather large expedition journey into the deepest, darkest reaches of our universe, and I thought I'd want to look good while I do it. Obviously we've just had E3 and a little bit of sort of controversial stuff came out there with the sort of close quarter combats coming out on the Xbox One first before they're going to bring it to PC, and also the fact that I'm kind of not getting into Powerplay very much at the moment and not really enjoying the kind of merit system that it is at the moment. Although one thing I will say is the mission system's kind of evolving a little bit and getting better. I really would like a kind of large story arc mission system where you start doing a few selected missions, and as you go on that journey you can sort of pick different directions that you want to go in a large story arc kind of way, and I think it's coming. It's just it's not quite there yet, and I think once that sort of comes in I'll really look at getting into missions and perhaps join Powerplay if they've got that kind of story arc, follow a certain path, make choices and see how you want to go. At the moment it's kind of, Elite was always a kind of large sandbox where you do whatever you want, but at the moment it's kind of trying to focus people into doing certain things repetitively, and at the moment that's just not what I'm interested in. So I think I'm gonna go out there and get away from it all, and I'm thinking I could be out there for a long time. So I've set my ship up to hopefully last me for perhaps even a month or two of exploration, and just go out there and get lost in the verse and see what happens and see what I can find. So let's take a little look at my fitting, and if I press that button there we go, Starport Services and Outfitting. The hard points, if you can see at the moment I've got 33.85 light year jump range. Now I think you can max this out at just under 36 light years, but there's a few things that I wanted to have on the ship which reduces your jump range a little bit, but I think are quite a sort of necessity. Now the heatsink launchers are really useful. If you jump in too close to a sort of binary system and too close to the stars, you can launch a heatsink and try and get the hell out of Dodge as fast as you can with hopefully not taking any damage. And all the other hard points I've left off completely. I'm not going to be doing any sort of fighting, any mining, nothing at all. So I don't need any of that. All I'm using are the two heatsink launchers. Now, internal bay, let's have a look at that. Obviously, the advanced discovery scanner and the detailed surface scanner are a must. You have to have these if you're going exploration to maximize your sort of cost and how much you're going to get paid. And with the sort of advanced discovery scanner, it can scan the whole system with one punch, so that's really useful. So that's Derek, my cockatiel. He's pretty happy at the moment. He's just woken up here and I think he'll settle down in a minute, bless his cotton little socks. So this is my overall fitting. Here we have, let's go for each one. So I've got the lightweight alloy. If I was to go for another one, you could see that it would reduce my jump range, so I'm going to stick to the lightweight one. And I don't know if I can just sell that. No, you have to have the lightweight alloy at least. So the power plant, I've gone for a D4. I think I would have gone for, I can go for a D3, but if you see it drops my power too far for the fittings, and I've got quite a few things fit, so I need the power plant to be at least a D4. Thrusters, D4 as well. Frameshift drive, A5. Now that's the best frameshift drive you can get basically, and this is what gives you that kind of maximum 35.4 something light years, I think it is, with nothing else fitted. So you really need that if you're going to go exploring in an Asp. life support D, power distributor D3, so I've underpegged the power distributor a little bit as well, just to give you a slight bit more of a jump range. Sensors D5. Let's just have a look if I go down. No, because they don't sell D4 sensors as it were, so I can't go down with that. Fuel capacity, you've got to max that out at the 32, the larger one. Now my fuel scoop is a B6 fuel scoop. This thing is a beast. Let's just compare it to some of the other ones here. If I scroll down through the list, have I gone past it? No. Hang on, let's just filter this by module type and find the fuel scoop, which I have. There you go. And this one collects 0.75 tons per second, which is amazing, and it's a B rating. So if I go up to this one only does 0.7, but it's an A5 rating, so it uses slightly less power, but only very slightly, and the cost is, you know, 2 million more, so I thought I'd stick with the B6. Now I can't afford the A6, which is 0.88 tons a second, but it's 25 million credits, which is more than the price of the ship that I've got currently, and more that I've got in the bank. So I'm going to stick to the B6, which is 0.75 tons a second, and if I use this, well, I'm only going to be refueling for a few seconds on each star as I jump anyway, so really good fuel scoop on that, which is another kind of necessity on an exploration ship. Shield generator D4, slightly underpegged that one as well. And an auto field maintenance unit. Now, I haven't personally ever used one of these before, but I hear that if one of your modules is hurt, or perhaps your thrusters are down completely, or your frame shift drive is completely out, perhaps if I jump too close to a binary star, maybe something like this might happen. I think it's always good to have. It doesn't actually add anything on to my jump range, so really worth having, I think, just in case something does happen. These two compartments empty. I could obviously fill them with something, but I think to leave them off to keep my jump range as high as possible. And the detailed surface scanner and advanced surface scanner, like I said before. And I decided to spend a couple of bucks and get myself this really nice sort of dark red and black paint job, which I think just sort of adds a little bit to it and sort of makes me appreciate the asp a little bit more, and hopefully will look good in some sort of screenshots that I'm hoping to take along the way. So that's basically my fit, and I thought I'd just show you a little look at the galaxy map, and I think I have to head towards the centre of the galaxy, Sagittarius A. I think it's just something that needs to be done, and it's probably not going to be my first port of call. I was thinking maybe around kind of swinging along this arm of one of the sort of spirals of the galaxy that we're on, and swing along here and then kind of zoom in as I get closer to the galaxy. So perhaps use this to swing in and then come right in close to the center of the galaxy and see how that goes. Perhaps many other people haven't tried to do that, plus the kind of collection of stars along this route could hopefully be nice and dense, so that I can find scoopable stars along the way and end up hopefully finding a few Earth-like worlds with sort of maybe life on it and stuff like that, and also finding a few black holes as well, which I haven't actually seen a black hole with my own eyes yet. I've seen it on other people's videos and stuff, and I'd really like to just experience it myself. So definitely looking forward to heading towards the center of the galaxy, but also seeing what else I could find. I'd love to kind of also pop out the other side of the galaxy and perhaps have a look out this way and see what's over there as well. So like I said, I've got myself a month or two to go and explore and see what I can find. And the sort of next videos that I do are going to be sort of part 1 and part 2 of this particular journey until I head back to civilized space again. So I don't know how many parts it's going to be, but I think it's going to be quite a bit as I go travelling off. Anyway, till next time, my fellow commanders, I will catch you soon, and fly safe.